Hi guys, Rex here. Update 2.4 is just around the corner, and with it, the long-awaited return of the game's fourth map, DeSalle. This time is back with a fresh revamp and a ton of improvements. In this video, I'll walk you through every single compound on the updated map. Whether you're a returning veteran or seeing DeSalle for the first time, I'll highlight all the changes, showcase the new layout, and even share some cheeky peek spots and jump tricks to get your tactical edge in the matches to come. Also, if you want the full breakdown of everything coming in patch 2.4 and the new event, Judgment of the Fool, I've got you covered. I've just posted a separate video going over all the new content, and you'll find the link in the description. But without further ado, let's dive into it. Oi! Are you subscribed to the channel?
Are you subscribed to the channel?
Alright guys, so here we have the first compound on the new map, this reworked DeSalle. We have Plantation. We're gonna actually go through all the different compounds here now. I have actually been in the map quite a bit already, but I've been trying to hold off a little bit with the thorough exploration because I wanted to save some for this particular video. As you probably know, there's going to be some changes to various compounds, and the first thing that you might notice about this map as well is that there is a pretty big visual change in the color palettes and basically how everything looks. The whole map has had some pretty big changes in both lighting and colorization, I would say. If I'm not mistaken, I think there was some changes to the outer parts here, but I can't really notice anything that is different so far. This whole hedge area, if you will. This looks much the same, although a little different in terms of colorization. Everything else, as well, from what I can tell, is much the same. I think this area is actually different. This is what I was talking about. So this used to be more open. They have actually put a bunch of hedges here now, where it used to be basically a little... I think it was like a little white shack in the corner here, and now they've put this dome structure instead. I think that this is all the same. This maze area was there before, but this is a new maze that they added on top. So this is just additional like hedge maze area to protect you when you're coming in here. So basically what they said is like to help attackers a little bit. They have basically giving you some protection now from the defenders. So if you're coming in here now, there used to be like a little white shack like right here, but it was very open. But now you have, as you can see, you have plenty of cover coming in here, which should help you be able to get much closer without getting shot immediately. Even a little bit of roof going on here. Yeah, and it stretches all the way over to this side, so you have actually a tremendous amount of cover now going in compared to before. So let's take a look at the inside of the structure. I do believe there was some sort of entry as well, was there not? I think there was... well, this might be it, actually. This is it. So this here is new as well. I am 99% certain this didn't used to be there. Yeah, so there used to be one on the other side, and this is the this one is new, so you can now get up here much more quickly. Used to be only this ladder here, and we have this fallen over ledge, if you will, or ramp on this side, which I'm guessing is going to be much the same. We have a ladder here. I wonder if this might be a new ladder too, actually. This is definitely a new ladder as well. Yeah, so the ledge used to be here. They've actually moved it to the other side from what I can tell now. Which is interesting. Probably a bit more crucial to have like easy access on that side. And as you can see, there is no ledge on this side anymore. We do have a bunch of windows here. Seems to be mostly the same as before. Can't really notice any differences there. Blocked off windows. These can't be opened. Actually, none of these can be opened. And there's that ledge again. That is very interesting. There's a bunch of these blocked off windows. I don't know if that's even something that we've seen in the past, like this kind of blocked off windows of new design. Yeah, so they have basically closed off some of these. And immediately here, when you get in, you can also see that they have definitely changed this area now. And this explains why we are seeing these closed off windows, because we used to be able to go over there. And they have now entirely blocked off this entire section of the building, which used to be accessible with windows facing southwest. We now have a broken floor right here that didn't used to be here. The staircase is the same, from what I can tell. It's the same positioning, everything like that. Same window, same front entrance. We have... I believe we might have more windows here now on the first floor. This seems more open than what I can recall. I don't think we had these two, or maybe one of them. I don't think used to be there. Let's take a look at the top floor first. This is actually very interesting because it's way more open, and you can, I guess, both attack and defend more effectively now that it's a bit more open up here. A lot of the floor is also missing, as you can see here. Used to be going all the way around, meeting on the back, and there was a door right here. Coming through to this next main part, we have... Seems to be the same as before. I don't really notice any differences. I do notice that the lighting is very different. Possibly some changes here to the windows. This might have been open before, but other than that, not really much to note on this in this room. Coming into the main staircase room, much the same. I actually think that these bookshelves and whatnot are possibly higher than they used to be before. I do seem to remember they were a little bit shorter, but I could be wrong. Looks like you can get some angles through the shelves though, possibly to throw stuff. The lighting is much brighter. Seems to be the case both inside and outside buildings. We are seeing much more higher visibility inside of buildings, which I think a lot of people will really enjoy. It's actually so much easier to play with this than the dark atmosphere that we're used to. This hole in the floor was here before, much the same. Like you can see, the lighting is better, so it's a lot easier to see what's actually going on. This whole room seems unchanged to me. Yeah, much the same out here too. I can't really notice any big differences. I think this rubble is possibly new. I don't recall there being as much of a blockage here in the middle. I feel like this is new as well, to give you a little bit of cover. No matter which angle you're looking to defend, you'll be able to have some cover from it. So actually quite useful. Could be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure this is new as well. And that's just about it, I think, for Pearl Plantation. I think we can move on from the compound and go over to the next one, which is gonna be compound number 2, Heritage Pork. Let's take a look at the compound and see what we got. First things first, this ramp, I feel like it looks a little bit different visually. Slightly different layout. Also, this whole outer area here seems a little bit larger. Maybe that's just my memory being off, but I feel like it's a little bit bigger than it used to be. We're gonna once again take a look at the outer parts first, and then we'll take a look at the inside after. This building is the same as before. Pretty big open area. You can get access to the top here by vaulting. Get on that roof. You so choose. Can you drop in here now? That's new. And you can also fall out from there. You can probably vault in. No, you cannot. Pretty sure that's new though. Everything else here looks about the same. You have this other broken down building here too. Sliding door. I don't think this used to be a sliding door, but that's cool. I can't even recall if there was a door there at all. Same thing on this other side, also a sliding door. I'm pretty sure both of those are new. Hole in the wall is the same as before. Everything else here looks the same. A little bit of cover here. I think this might be new cover to protect you from this side. I don't recall there being cover here. So now that you're actually crouching out, you won't be immediately exposed. That's pretty cool. Coming up next, can actually take a quick look at this building too, just in case there are any changes. I haven't really been here yet, so let's see. Seems to be about the same as well. Nothing major that I noticed here. This ladder is possibly new. I know there used to be a ladder on the outside. Oh, this whole cover area here seems to be new. I don't think this used to be built up like this. Pretty sure this now opens up a safer way to peek the main building and also the side building here. And you can get all the way on the top here. So yeah, this definitely seems like it's had some changes, but it's still mostly the same. Not a whole lot of changes to it. I do like the changes that they did make to it though. Again, looks much the same. I think this was this way before with the big open hole there. Could be that has been widened a little bit for better access. I'm not entirely sure on that. Windows the same. Same goes for these windows here and there. This opening is possibly new. Not entirely sure. Again, hole in the top here is still there, allowing you to throw some pretty cool dynamites or whatever you might need to. Same with this peak spot here. You can get a whole overview of the compound on the outside. Lighting, once again, very, very good. You can definitely see a lot more of what's going on inside now compared to before. This peak spot here towards this building is there as well. And this little hole in the roof might be new because you now have access to get some peak spots over here. I'm not entirely sure if that was the thing. Let's take a look around here. Everything else in this hallway looks to be the same. And we'll take a look at the first floor. Yeah, the lighting is tremendously better now than it used to be. You can see so much of what's going on inside. There's not really any really dark areas. Also, take note of how most of the roof is open, so you can much more easily throw dynamites in. I'm pretty sure it used to be a lot more closed off in the past, but now the whole roof is basically open. Sliding door in the same spot, windows in the same spot over here. We have the same locked door as before, and an opening here you can throw dynamites or whatever. Don't think anything has changed. And then you have the same back area here. Metal sliding door, same as before. This window, I think, is new. I don't recall that window. Very good tactical spot to throw dynamite if someone's camping inside. It looks like you might be able to throw stuff and actually land it inside of this walkway up here. Let's see what the roof looks like in there. Yeah, so as you can see here, this is actually quite open. So if you throw a dynamite either from in here or from out there, you can actually tag whatever's in here. I'm not sure how they used to be, can't really recall it, but you can definitely get some cool plays here now with this area. And I think that might be it for this part. Let's go and take a quick look at the outer parts there before we move on. So immediately looks like everything is about the same. This little shed is still here. Dog pen or chicken coop. Everything else seems to be roughly the same. I wonder if this is a bit new. This seems to be much longer, stretching further out now than before. From what I remember, this wasn't going out as far. It might have been looking different entirely, but this does give you a little bit more space now if you're trying to push or if someone's trying to push you. Take a look at this part here as well. Seems very open and bright, but I think that's just the lighting. It's possible that there are some minor changes, but I'm not really able to notice anything. So I think without further ado, we're going to move on to the next compound. Third compound is Stanley Coal Company. Let's take a look and see what we find. This whole building immediately looks much the same to me. Entry point here through this window. Then we have this building, which gives you access to the bridge leading over to the main building. Big staircase in here. A pretty wide window as well. And some nice little peak spots. It kind of feels like maybe this one has been opened up more. Maybe it was a normal window in the past. Taking a look at the second floor here. We have a window that used to be here before. And again, not sure if this was open. It probably was in some sort of way. Same with this one. Everything else is about as before. No big changes. You can get out here and get onto this building from that window. Vault on the roof, and you can access all the way over to that side where you can get on the wall. Bridge is possibly a little bit more fortified than before. Metal plates here and even some tall cover. I don't recall if that was as protected before. This, I think, used to be the same as well. Can get into the main building from here. These boxes as well used to be the same, and same for these windows here. This staircase, I think, is new. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is new. I don't recall the staircase at all, actually. No, there used to be a ladder over here. That's probably still there, but I'm fairly certain, and as you can see, there's a ladder here, by the way, as well. Fairly certain this entire staircase is at least reworked, if not brand new. Actually, come to think of it, this platform was separated from the balcony, so this is definitely new. You could used to be able to jump from the balcony over to land on this platform here with the crane. So this is definitely something that they have changed with this update. And yeah, you can get on here and vault probably, or you can run up on this side here. Should allow for much easier access. And don't don't know how that looks in terms of cover down here. Now you can get under the staircase, so that definitely offers some protection. I wonder if they have actually closed it off a little bit here. I do believe there used to be some cracks or whatever here. Now it's all just metal plates. Blocked off door there. Coming up to the main building. We have basically everything looking the same here. I don't see any big changes on this floor. There's also a drop spot here where you can get into the train carts from inside the compound, so that's kind of cool. I wonder if you can get like in the back here. Not really, but you can go out pretty far still. Might be possible to drop down and land on this little ledge here as well. Should actually try that just for the sake of testing. Nah, that doesn't really seem like it. We'll take the elevator back up, I guess. As you can see, the elevator is out here. And before we take that elevator, we can also look at the main staircase here going up to the building. Where there is a sliding door. I think this used to be a metal sliding door, if I'm not mistaken. So now with this normal wood type of door, it's not going to be so easy to defend anymore. I'm 99% sure this used to be a metal sliding door with a crank on it. So that does benefit the attackers a little bit. And then taking this elevator up, you can go to either floor. Coming up here to the top floor. You have the access point from this bridge here as well. If you go into this building, you can actually run up this bridge and drop out here, land on this roof, so you can get access to the building. You can actually vault over here, I think. At least here. Yeah, so you can vault over here to get down. Actually, sit on here. That's kind of dirty angle. This is actually more open, isn't it? I think this is... I don't recall this being as open down to the first floor. This is at least offering you some pretty cool angles and allows you to drop down here as well if you need to rotate on someone. And that's about it. This shed here is... I think they might have changed this layout a little bit. I don't think this used to give you as much cover. I think the roof is possibly new. To give you some protection from the top floors now. That does look a little bit new to me. And as you can see here as well, it actually has a little ramp leading up here. So I'm assuming you can probably get on top of it too. There you go. This is new, I'm gonna say. Not a whole lot of difference here. Maybe a little bit more open with some more cracks leading through these doors. It's not as dark, and it could be just the lighting as well. And here's the bridge that I was talking about. You can run up here. You can get some angles out here through the metal plates. But more importantly, you can drop down here to get into the main building. And yeah, that's about it. Alright, so next up we have Kingsnake Mine at the northwest corner of the map. This is a rather cool compound because it's a little bit more vertical, if you will. A little vault spot here actually up on these boxes. It looks like there's more boxes here than used to be. This cover is a little bit more strategic now. And from what I can tell, this is actually very cool because now you can jump on this crane. And you can jump over here and get onto the top ramp. This is definitely new. And a very, very good way to get up here as opposed to the old... I think there was the... Yeah, we have the staircase there still, so that's actually not changed. But you have this little ramp here that you can get onto. But now you also have this access point and the staircase. Once again, you can jump the opposite way here as well to get onto the roof. This roof now has an entry point into this side. I think this... Not sure if this used to be there. I know there used to be a ladder in here. I can't recall if that led up to this roof access. Maybe it did. But in any case, you can get on all these different roofs here. There's a whole, you know, range of just mountains and rocks all around the compound to give you cover if you're attacking. And this... Again, look at the lighting, how much everything is so much more accessible. Also, I can't help but notice how all of these look like minions. I'm just gonna mention that real quick. And you can vault over here to get to the backside if you need to make a quick retreat. You got a little cool angle here. Ladder there that leads up to the roof. And this plank as well going up to the top here. I don't know if that plank was there before. You could definitely get up here, I think. I'm pretty sure you could get up here before, but this might be a new access point to make it a little bit easier. On the outside, everything here looks pretty much the same. Yeah, I think we do have to take a proper look at the tunnel area because I suspect there might be some interesting changes. But let's start with the rest of the outskirts here first. Coming into this building, doorway in the same spot. We got an entry point leading down on either side here, going down to the tunnels, but this definitely looks a little different. I think, why don't we just take a look at this to begin with? First, just quickly look at the top floor here. This as well has been closed off a little bit. This area I think used to be a little bit more open, and this now is basically a staircase of pile of planks. It didn't used to look quite like this. This entry was here though. But yeah, they made it a little bit more accessible, and I think this whole middle section has been opened up too. So it's like more open towards the lower parts, but also closed off towards the mountains here, so you get a little bit better protection. Climbing up this ladder here, you get some pretty cool angles out towards the, well, a lot of it, top of the mountains there, all the way over to the next compound. A lot of this forest areas and the river. And back towards Stanley, where we came from. This is also new. This didn't look that way before. It was a little different in terms of the walls and everything. You have a lot more freedom to move around now by the looks of it. I don't recall exactly what this used to look like, but it's definitely more open than before. So, coming in here, you have 2 entry points, one on each side. Looks like they just took those doors off entirely. These used to be both blocked off by doors before. And those doors used to be locked as well from the inside. You could still shoot them open from the top here, but now they're just completely gone. This staircase down here is also much wider than before. You have an exit point to the lower areas like before, but this whole mine area seems a little bit more open and different than it used to. This elevator leads straight into the main compound. Everything else here is pretty open. Much the same, but a little bit more open than it used to be. And then this staircase also leads up into the main area. So as you get in here, you're going to get straight into the main compound. Metal sliding door on this side. I think this used to be a normal door, actually. This used to be a normal wooden door. Staircase, elevator going to the downstairs. We still have a door here, which is a normal sliding door. I think, if I'm not mistaken, this used to be the metal. This used to be metal, and the other one used to be a normal staircase. Normal door. Here we go with this whole ramp leading to where we came from. You have a little room on this side as well. A bunch of windows here. You can even drop down into the compound from here. And then you have a staircase on the outside here leading up. And that's about it. We're going to take one more look in here. So if you vault over here, you can actually land on this box to get some pretty cool angles on either side. It looks like they added cover to this now. This didn't used to have cover on that side. And they also opened it up a bit so you can actually look more into the compound from here. Bunch of windows on this side. You have the crawl space here as before, leading out to this outer part. And this looks to be a new elevator, actually. Yeah. You have a access point out to the balcony here. This elevator is definitely new. Or at least I think so. I think this is new. Could be wrong about that, but I do seem to think that is new. Crawl space here was there before. Yeah, don't quote me on it. Actually, I think it might have been there before. All right, so next up we have Ash Creek Lumber here on the east side, top middle. All right, immediately looks very much like the compound that we all know and love, or some of us know and all of us love, I guess. Bridge area here is just as before, I think. The building immediately looks just the same to me as well. We have this little workshop area out here that we used to have before too. Just pop this here. I don't know if this used to be like chain link fences. I feel like they opened this up a little bit. And the Walking Dead is going on. In general, it kind of feels like this whole middle section is opened up a bit too. It's not as there's not as much cover out here. There's still a ladder here where you can climb up and get onto the roof to get some cool access points to the main building. Or angles, I suppose, would be a better word. balcony going all the way through. This seems to be new. You can get on this box here and get a jumping angle towards this doorway. If someone's protecting, you could easily get some cool shots up there. This ladder here, I think, is also new. I could be wrong. Nope, I'm pretty sure that didn't used to be there. Coming under here, it's a cool little cash register spawn you'll see sometimes. This leads all the way under to the other side of the compound as well. And also one thing that is definitely worth noting is that there is an armory here where you can open up with a crank as well. Get some resupplies. Everything else here also looks about the same. There's a ladder there. Can't recall if that was there before. This part looks like before, for the most part. Same ladder here leading up to the top. You can climb up and jump in those windows. And you can walk up this wood transportation thingy, whatever this is, to get up here. And finally, let's take a quick look on this side here as well. Blocked off door. This is usually always locked, I think. Come over from where we first entered. This is always open. Here's that big watchtower overlooking the compound. Bunch of log piles and things out here. Mostly unchanged. Might have been some changes to the fences, from what I can tell. And it looks like they evened out this part here. These big logs definitely didn't used to be here before. You can just run straight up now. It's a little bit smoother. Used to be just a dirt pile, I think, leading up here before. Then you get into the main compound. And get on this here to get some cool angles outside. Everything else here is, I mean, maybe a little bit opened up. Not entirely sure. Could just be the lighting as well, once again. You have a cool little peak spot here towards this side of the building. It definitely... I think that just because of the lighting, you can see so much more of what's going on inside, but I also think this is a little bit opened up to give you some more angles. Like if someone's up there or whatever, you'll have some cool peak spots. Another window. And if you throw dynamite out here, you'll actually land it right on this door out here. So this is a very, very good angle to know about. Same thing goes if you throw it from this side, you'll be able to tag people inside. But this particular spot here is very, very useful. Coming over to the other side, there's that jump spot window that I showed you earlier. You can also come in from this side here with the big logs. Top floor has a hallway leading all the way over to where you could walk up that big ledge where we came in earlier. You also got access to this top window that you could overlook from the roof. And from this roof, you can actually run over here. Some pretty cool jump spot opportunities here. Want to land some cool shots. At least I could see that being useful. You could also get over here and get in all of these windows. Now, the question is whether this still works, because you used to be able to jump on there. It looks like that's still a thing. So you can actually get a pretty cool angle here. It's a little bit weird because you have to keep moving forward. But if you jump onto the second one here, you actually have some pretty cool spots. Doesn't look like I'm actually able to do that now, but as you saw, it is possible. It's a little bit weird, but you can get some cool angles out that window. And finally, we have this little ledge here. It's got a little bit of cover. Looks like maybe more cover now than before. This seems to be fortified just a little bit. And you have this ladder from the bottom leading up here. You can also jump around the corner here to land on this ledge. Vault over and then access this door. And that's about it. I think that's everything for this compound. So let's go on to the next. Next up, we have Weeping Stone Mill, roughly in the center of the map here. Let's take a look. On the northeast side here, you have a bridge leading over to the main compound. There's a big watchtower overlooking the whole thing. And we have this main structure over here, which we'll take a look at in a second. First off, we have this little White House here. Once again, lighting is extremely good now in comparison to before, but the windows and doors all seem to be the way I remember them. This building as well, nothing new there. The way I remember this is basically just the way it looks. It's possible that it's a little bit more open, like from the top here now, than it used to be. Yeah, we have this shed out here. That's just the way I remember it too. Gives you a little bit of protection towards the main area or towards the forest area if you're fighting someone. And then we have this final structure here as well, or second to final actually. You can jump in this window, which is pretty cool. Goes both ways, by the way. Or you can get in and out from the outside here. Have a little cool peek spot in the wall to the compound. Another window you can jump in. And a crawl space here with yet another window. So a bunch of ways to enter the structure. Pretty cool. You can also access, or at least used to be able to access it from a ladder, which is still there. You climb this ladder right here to get up. And once again, gives you some pretty cool peek spots over the whole compound, towards the watchtower, towards the forest, although it will also make you quite exposed if you're out here. Big box pile here, I think may have been fortified a little bit. I don't remember there being as much of cover out here, but certainly seems like they beefed it up a little bit now. Maybe you can even get up there. You can. So this is pretty cool. You can sit in between here. That's a very, very disgusting hiding spot. That is certainly new. And maybe... okay. One can only dream. Some metal plates here giving you cover for the main area. There's a big staircase leading down on both sides. And then finally you have this building here, which used to contain a workbench. That seems to still be there. Windows on all sides, as before. And if I'm not mistaken, there's also a ladder leading to the roof here. There we go. So you can also get up here, same as before. Or some pretty cool angles towards the entire surrounding area. Toilet there, if you want to make some shitty plays. And yeah, that's about it. So let's take a look at the lower portion here. This side you get some cover if you head down to the lower area. You have a walkway or shallow water over towards the tower there. But more importantly, you can get to this side here. You have two options. You can either get to this side and enter the main building through this moving water wheel. Or you can climb up this ladder. I guess that makes it three options, because the third option is to go on the outside here. You jump around on this side. There's also a big opening in the compound where you can enter as well. Or you could, you know, potentially go all the way around, climb up here as well. There are more options than I gave it credit for. Coming through here, you'll have a little area leading up to the basement or first floor, whatever you want to call that, from the water wheel area. Heading up here, we are now on what I would call the first floor, I guess. Little door leading out into the courtyard, if you will. You have some angles on the building is across here, water wheel if someone's trying to push over here. Staircase leading to the second floor on either side of the building. Another metal door to where you could climb up that ladder that I just showed earlier. And yeah, as far as I can tell, everything here is as before. Coming up these big staircases, you have windows leading out to every direction. You can actually walk over the water wheel. There's a balcony surrounding the whole structure, all the way from each side. And just a bunch of entry points. You can vault over here if someone's pushing up the ladder or the staircase. Yeah, sandbags in the middle. Everything just looks the same to me. And once again here, you can get some cool jump shots off over here, or you could vault over. Have someone in the back. You can even just walk on top of these sandbags here to get some elevation, if that is of any interest. And a little door here leading out to a hallway, which then leads out to the balcony, which we just took a look at. There's also an elevator here going all the way up to the tower. And you can optionally come over from this side as well. You come out from this side here, you can run up this little ramp. There's some nice little hidey spots under here too. Then you have some cool angles to this house and the bridge. You can also climb this ladder up into the tower. The double ladder. Get a complimentary scare straight there. Coincidentally. Double ladder leading up. Could possibly get some cool angles there. Definitely a good spot to hide if someone's pushing up either of these sides. And then if you climb one more time, it'll take you to the top. There's sometimes a red barrel spawn here, at least used to be. You have a big window overlooking this whole outer area, but mainly the watchtower, the bridge area, and even this whole part here. Now, there's one thing that is really cool about this. You can actually vault this window, and you can land on top of this little entrance here. There's a door under it. A lot of the time, people don't know about this, and if they're either pushing around the corner here, corner there, or coming out this door, they won't know that you're here, so you can get some pretty cool plays. You can also get some cheeky angles sometimes in through this window here. And finally, let's just take the elevator for a spin as well, which you can find here at the very bottom. It'll take you all the way up to whichever floor you want to go to. And that's about it. Lantern here. Could be good to turn that off if you're going to sit up here so you don't get set on fire. And yeah, I think that's everything for this compound. Actually, there's one more thing. Because this is kind of a neat little trick. If you go to the water wheel here, you used to be able to ride this water wheel and get up on the balcony here. So let's see if that's still possible. It's seemingly taking forever to do so, but there we go. Let's see if this is actually still a thing. Looks like it still works. And you should be able to vault here in a second, or maybe just jump. There we go. So, makeshift elevator, if you really want it, it's possible. Takes a little bit of time though, so it might be faster to take another route, but now you know. And that should be everything for this compound, so let's move on to the next one. Next up, we have Forked River Fishery in the dead center of the map. This is a fishing compound, as you might have guessed. We have a big bridge here on the northeast side. Coming in here, we have some buildings just surrounding the whole side, the main structure. This first compound looks, or the first building looks basically untouched, but you can get on top here from these little boxes. I'm guessing you can probably do the same from this side. Yep, you can access this easily to get some cool angles on the entry points here, windows, whatever you might need. Let's deal with this guy before he ruins the whole video. Coming through here, this seems to be fairly open. Could just be the lighting again, but I almost feel like this doorway is slightly wider than before. Also metal in the middle now. I don't think that used to be the case. I feel like they have cleaned it up a little bit. Could be wrong. Crack spots here going out. This whole thing is definitely bigger than before to give you some protection from the main area. Certainly seems like there's more cover now than before. But don't take my word for it. Coming up next, we have some doors and windows here leading to the main compound. We have, yeah, just basically openings on every side here. Nothing major to note. Everything looks much the same. Again, looks mostly the same here. There's a ladder here going up and the staircase leading to the top. And then we have these little structures here as before as well. Nothing changed there either as far as I can tell. Looks just about the same as before. No changes here, I think. Little chain link window. Bolts and arrows will go through that, by the way, in case you didn't know. Another window. Door. Nothing special. Just about the same. Little walkway here, protected by this this fence here. You can get under this bridge here for some extra cover. You can actually creep all the way under, I think. Nice little rotation if you need to. And then you have this structure here as well, which is open on the back by a ramp, just the same as before. There's not a single change here, I think. Everything is the same. Yeah, we got these chain link windows on both sides. But this is just as before. Can't really notice any difference there. You have some cover from these little mounts around here. You can also get on the top here. Should be some ruins over here unless they move them. They're still there. Gives you a little bit of angles on the main compound as well. They might have changed the way these look a little bit, I think. I think this window here, for example, is new. I don't recall that being there. This used to be a little bit tighter, I think. It was like more of a small room. Now it seems like they spread it out over a bigger area. More openings in the walls and windows and whatnot. It's possible that I'm misremembering this, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. And then we have a little tiny structure here as well. Not really gonna be much going on with that, but you can get on there with the ladder. Coming over to the main compound. We'll take a look at the basement area first. You have the option to go through the water here all the way around, or you can go through here on the bridge. You can also come in from this side where we just were. There's a big staircase leading to the top. There's this crawl space area here from where we just took a look at. This also goes all the way back to the other side, by the way. And you can go around on this side here too. So you have plenty of options to rotate around here. Now there are some cool things you can do here as well, which we'll take a look at in a second. Coming over here, there should be a couple of workbenches. There's one here, and there's one here. It's not really a whole lot going on, but you do have an elevator here that leads to the top floor. Underneath, and a door here as well. Little hall here. Nothing special going on there. Much the same as before. You can come up to this top space here, where there's another door leading into the compound. And out to where we came in first as well. One thing that is worth mentioning here is you can actually jump on this here and over, and you should be able to vault in this window. So that's a cool little entry point. Another thing that is pretty cool about this as well is you can also vault over here to just immediately rotate on this angle here, either if someone's pushing up there or if you want to rotate around anyone down here. So some pretty cool angles. Nice nice little drop spot there. Got a sliding door on this side. And wow, I mean the compound is just so bright compared to before. Window here. Little angle you can get on top of here as well. It's blocked off door with a balcony leading all the way through. And a little side hall, if you will, here as well. You also have the option to get some cool jump shots here. Someone's on the inside, you could just get some pretty cool plays here. This goes all the way around, by the way. And the same thing can be said here. You can get some pretty cool jump spots or jump shots off there. If anyone should be on the inside. So I've got some pretty cool kills that way before. Whole main area looks the same. As far as I can recall, it's possible that they did some... They might have actually made some changes to the way the walls are set up here. I'm not entirely sure. I feel like they might have changed this just a little bit. But by every means, it is mostly just the way that it used to be. You're not going to notice the whole big difference here. This little crack in the wall here to give some cool angles. And you can also vault here if you need to get down quickly. And I think these boxes are new, so you can actually drop fairly quietly onto these boxes. So that's cool. I wonder if you could maybe even get on these boxes from the lower portion to kind of like reverse that, you know, like get some angles if someone's up there. You might get some cool shots there too. But yeah, that's about it for Forked River Fishery. There is nothing else that I think we need to cover, so without further ado, let's move on to the next one. Next up, we have the Moses Poultry compound. First here on the southeast east side, you have a couple of fallen over or derailed train carts, giving you some pretty cool cover going into the compound. You can even close these doors on it if you need to. And overlooking the whole outer areas here, or a lot of it really. There's another bridge over there too. What you need to look out for the most here is the top windows. There's a window up there and a window down here that we will be taking a look at soon. You have this open area here. This is just the same as before. Might be some slight changes to it. You should be able to go under the bridge here, but no big changes visually, as far as I can tell on any of this. This little shack here, still here, same as before, gives you entry into the main compound. There's also a little crawl space through the fence over there, or at least used to be. Pretty open here though, so you can actually get some angles if someone's crossing over the bridge or outskirts here. And then there's this big cornfield, if I want to say. I don't know what this is, but I want to say cornfield, wheat, whatever. Can give you some pretty good camouflage. Then you have this water tower here. I don't remember if that was actually there before. But you can climb up that. This might be new. Not entirely sure. I don't recall this tower being here before. Maybe I just never had a habit of going in here. But that does give you a pretty good overview of the whole place. Then you have the main structure in here. It's actually pretty open, the whole place. You can see cover near these different structures, but there's not a whole lot going on here. There is a chicken coop in here or whatever. You can actually get in there if you want. For some cool cover. Or at least I think you can. Should be able to. Yeah, you can vault in there, and then you can actually take cover in here. And this looks like they opened it up a bit, so you can actually use this more now than before. I don't recall this being as open from this back room. I think this used to be more or less blocked off, but you could get some angles out here. Now you can actually overlook the whole place here. So this could be a really important angle, especially towards this sliding door here, the entry point here, and I mean, basically if anyone's pushing out. So pretty interesting spot to know about. You have another building back here as well. Not a whole lot going in here. A little bit of roof cover. Could give you some good cover if you need it, but there's not really much to mention about this particular structure. Another chicken coop though. You can also jump over here and give you basically the same kind of opportunities here, but towards the upper side. However, there is one thing that I am noticing here. Let's take a look at it real quick. I do not recall this structure being here at all, so I think this is a brand new structure for this compound. This used to just be mountains from what I remember, but now we're actually having a whole new structure here. Doorway leading into the basement. We got a window, another door here, and that is everything for the first floor. I'm guessing the second floor will be slightly more interesting. Little barn-looking building here. And you have... Okay, so it's just like a... You can just run through here. You can also get access to the top of the roof here for some cool angles. I imagine this will be very useful for getting shots through this window, because people will often be up there. And what I'm seeing here as well is that there's actually roof access here too now, which didn't used to be a thing. You can easily run straight up here too. This has also been made a lot easier. This used to be just rocks. You could still get up here, but it wasn't quite as smooth. So you can run across this whole place here, but what looks to be more important is that you can actually get up from below here. On these hay bales here, you can get very quick access to the roof, which is very important. And as you can see here now, you actually have access or angles on the staircase leading from the first to second floor. There's a window here leading into the main building. And here's that staircase that I just mentioned. So you can, if you're on the roof, you can take shots through there. Probably something you need to keep in mind as well if someone's on the roof. Watch that angle. There is an opening in staircase. This has always been here. This is not a new opening, but it's good to know about. And also, same thing here. You do have this opening here, but you gotta watch this side too. At least this used to be a thing. Looks like it still is. You can get up here. It looks like they even cleaned this up a bit for more access. You can get shots through the whole compound here. You can climb up from the outside here as well, so people could be sitting up here, taking big shots at you. And as I mentioned before as well, you can actually shoot bolts and arrows through these little chain link fences. Just good to know, because a lot of people probably don't realize. Sliding door here leading out to the main compound area. Or the main area where we came in, essentially. Then you have this whole basement here. Pretty much just the way I remember it. There's nothing here that I really don't remember. This ladder leads up to the top floor. We'll take a look at that in a second. It looks like they added a little box here that you can get up for some cool angles here. This definitely seems like it's new. This could be very, very good to get some disgusting shots off, even if someone's pushing in from the main side there, you know, the sliding door I looked at earlier, but a staircase. This actually opens up some pretty cool opportunities. You can also probably get up here, but I don't think that really leads to anything. Maybe you can jump over to this box here. Nah, not really. But you can get up here to open up these windows and get some cool angles out to the courtyard area, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, the rest of this area looks the same as before. We have the sliding door here where you could run up the hay bales and get on the roof. And then finally we have the top floor here. You can get some angles down if someone's like looking at that window. You get angles from up here, possibly even from... that doesn't look like this is as useful. Here you have a nice peek at the window towards this building. Tower up here, mountainside. This whole floor looks just about the same. Nothing big to mention here. You do have some cool angles here though, into the main compound. And here's that big open area, main entrance up top, if you will. There's also a tower up here that you can get up to get some angles on it. And you can get on this building as well. We'll take a look at that in a second. Now there's one thing or a couple of things to mention here really. You can climb up this ladder. You get some good overview. This is definitely looks a little different now. This chicken wire wasn't there before. You have this window overlooking the whole compound, the bridge, everything. It's a pretty significant area. Keep in mind there's some ruins back there. People can get some good angles on you, as well as the tower. But what's more important here, I think, is that you can actually get on top of this here. And you can, or you used to be able to. That looks like they have changed it. Okay, they've changed that, so that's no longer a thing. That's a little sad, because this used to be a very cool place. You used to be able to get up there by just vaulting over. It looks like they entirely blocked that off. But basically, you were able to vault over there, and you could sit on top here. You could walk on top of these beams or whatever here. Then you could actually overlook the whole entrance. But that seems to be no longer a thing, sadly, from what I can tell. And you cannot vault this at all, actually. So you do actually have an angle on the window, though. So it's not entirely useless, but not nearly as good as it used to be. And it looks like you can get angles on the staircase from here as well. So if someone is pushing up, this does still offer some opportunity through there, but not nearly as much as it used to. And finally, I think we just take a little look at this building over here, and that will be that for this compound. There is a couple of workbenches here, actually, that I almost forgot mentioning. You have a workbench over here. Now these can spawn gun oils, blueprints, and weapons, for those wondering. A little bit of cover here. This whole place is just so much brighter and easier to navigate, if you will. This leads into the first floor, obviously, with the ladder and everything that we looked at before. And then you have the workbench over here as well. Spawned a pistol here this time, but you can get different things. And... oh, I was about to say, please tell me you can get on there, because it looked like you can get a pretty disgusting angle there, but seems like... oh, you still can, from the looks of it here. You still can get some cool angles in there. Maybe not. Maybe with only with... no, it works. So you can get some crack peaks there, but probably not going to be the most useful overall. Final building over here. Pretty open. Got a door on that side. Can probably get up here for some angles. Very, very open. I almost feel like they cleaned this up a little bit too. There's a doorway on this side. Can get on this rock here. And you can also get on this roof. You might be able to get on the roof from here now. You can climb up here though, and you can vault onto the roof. You have pretty good cover from this chimney here, overlooking the window in the top there, tower, different parts of the compound. And that's about it, I think, for this compound. So let's move on to the next one. Next up, we have Seven Sisters Estate. This is the 9th compound so far that we're covering. We're going to start with the outskirts here. Nice little sign here, confirming that I got the name right. Coming up this staircase here, we have the same looking area, this shed or whatever area has been here before. Same with this tower. You have a water tower there that you can climb. There used to also be a cash register spawn up there. This cash register spawn, still probably a thing. We have this building here, which looks to be just the same as before as well. We got a couple of doors on each side here, one door on that side, and just a bunch of windows. Hay bales here, which I'm sure you can just jump onto and get on the roof. These used to be there as far as I remember, but I think they used to look a little different. They are giving you a lot of protection from the main now. I don't think that used to be nearly as much. I'm pretty sure this was actually mostly open, but there were some hay bales here. Fairly certain you used to be able to get clear shots on people around here, this area, from the window here. Then you have this next building here as well. I imagine, yeah, very basic, much the same as before. Not a whole lot of changes here, if any. Couple of windows here to the outside, which I don't think you can... No, you can vault. I don't know if you used to be able to vault them. I wonder if they used to be a little bit higher or something, but you can definitely vault them now. Some various cover in the middle here. That is just the way I remember it too. We got the staircase here leading up from the lower part to the upper parts. You have these windows to the staircase going into the main compound. Doors in the same spot. We're going to take a look at all this in a bit. Then you have this big structure up here, which is a little bit more significant overall. We have a bunch of entry points there, windows and doors everywhere, as per usual. What's so cool about this as well is that there's a elevator here on the back that leads down to the lower part. So if you're coming over from the prison, which we'll take a look at here in a bit, you can actually get up from down there, or you can run all the way around. Ladders on this side and on this side leading up to the roof, giving you some quick access. You can also get on top of this main roof here. You probably have to vault though. Now you can jump and crouch as well. And yeah, you can get on top of the roof here pretty easily. Now you should be able to just vault on top here as well, but this can be a little tricky. So let's see if we can actually make it happen. There you go. Just gotta look straight at the corner there. You can actually vault and get on top of this roof. A lot of people don't know about that, but it is a very, very neat little trick. You get some good angles here over to the prison. We'll take a good thorough look at that in a bit here, because there's been some pretty big changes. But this is a very nice spot. You can get over to the front here. You'll have windows on both sides here. Staircase to the first floor. Just angles all around. You can walk around on the roof here, balcony here, all around the building. And then you have this little side area, which you're probably familiar with. I mean, this is the same building as you're used to. You can vault here. You have, again, a bunch of windows and doors just leading into this building everywhere. Pretty standard stuff. Nothing too interesting going on. You have a building back here as well. This window used to be open. I think this might be just randomly locked now. Sometimes spawning open, sometimes spawning blocked. If I'm not mistaken. Maybe they changed it though. You have a cool little jump spot here. Angles on this building. Crouch under. And this used to be possible to jump. Probably still is. You can run up on this rock here. You can jump over. Very, very quick way to get up here. Again, window, sliding door. And then we get to this side of the compound here. You have a couple of smaller structures. There's a big entrance on the top there, leading into the top floor, by the way. Door down there. And here we have a ladder going to the second floor, and that's about it. There's not a whole lot going on. But once you get up here, you have a couple of small windows overlooking the main building and the underpass here. You can also overlook the whole lower part. You can drop out here to get to either side if you need to make a quick rotation. Or you can even get on the roof here through this top spot. So that's pretty cool. Little workbench here can spawn, you know, blob-ons, hunt dollars, blueprints, gun oils, whatever have you. And then just a little pass-through shed here. Then we get to this compound. You climb up here. Once again. But this one does not have roof access like the other one. You still have the same two windows though. Overlooking the main. A little bit of cover here. Someone's coming up the ladder. You can get some cool shots off. Once again, you can drop out here. Jump onto the roof. And yeah, basically allows you to access this whole roof here. I don't remember if that used to be a thing with the old design. I think this might have changed. For this final building here, everything is just the way I remember it. Window there, or door. Vault over this side. Nothing major. There's a little gazebo or whatever up there. And a little shed here as well. Crawl space under the fence. And yeah, that's about it. Let's take a look at the main structure. So there's a whole bunch of entry points there from the lower parts. Big staircase leading up to the building. You have another big staircase on the other side. Little dead end in there. Jump out these windows. You pass out to the underpass area here. There's a sliding door again leading into the other basement area. Where you have this door that we already checked out. You get some cool angles out this side. Big staircase leading up, and then finally there's also a door leading out to the big open courtyard area, whatever you want to call that. And you come up to the top floor here. You have the main entry points from this side. You can just run straight in. Staircase leading down to the lower parts. Yeah, you can get some shots through here if you have something that can pen. Or if you're a really cracked shot with a bow, you might be able to do that too. There you go. Then you have this little ramp here, which you can run over to the other side. One open window here. There's another one on the other side. Gives you a bunch of different angles. I don't know if you can actually do anything with this now, but this seems to be bigger than I remember it. I think maybe a little bit taller. Could be that I'm wrong. In either case, you can get over here, get some cool angles, rotate on people. Bunch of windows all around here as well. And then there's the other big staircase that we looked at earlier. Another big window here leading out to the whole front area. On the north side. Tower. Windmill. And then finally, a couple more windows. And this front area here. You can vault over there to get on this metal roof. You can rotate on this side. You can get some cool angles if someone's chasing you or whatever. You can also run all the way around here to get into the window on the other side here. Or just basically all around the entire building. And that's about it, I think, for this compound. And now to my personal favorites, which is Pelican Island Prison. This is, in my opinion, the coolest compound on the entire map. I really love this compound. It's got a lot of verticality to it, as you can probably tell. It's a big compound. There's a lot going on. And it's also one of the compounds that we've seen the most changes to, as far as I understand. So coming in here from the west side, we have a little white building down here, which is as it used to be. Nothing crazy going on, nothing special changes for this one as far as I can tell, but you can get some cool angles. Just with most structures, I'm sure. And yeah, this compound does have a lot of verticality all around it. There's so many layers to it, leading all the way down from the swamps, you know, and up multiple levels, and even all the way up in the tower. So we have this whole like big concrete staircase area here from the lower portion. There are two staircases here, like one on each side that meets in the middle. And you can get all the way up. You can also peek up on both sides here, coming up to the top. That's pretty cool. There's a little cool thing you can do as well. You can vault on here. You can get on the outside of the fence here. So it gives you a pretty decent cover if someone's up in the tower or on the top here. But it also gives you some cool peak spots down here as well. You can go all the way around here and be fairly hidden. There's a tower up here that you need to be cautious about. And this whole portion here has been pretty drastically changed. This used to be a normal like White House. There's now a concrete building. There's a ladder going up here. Whole thing has gotten basically a new... there's also a staircase here. This is the first time I'm seeing this. I haven't really been here so far. You can run up this side too. There's another ladder going up to the roof here. So let's explore this little building here for a second. This leads up to the roof. You have plenty of cover. And this is probably like one of the biggest changes with this compound is the fact that they opened up this entire wall. Which is now just, you know, leads straight into the compound. Very, very cool change if you ask me. You can go all the way around this this building here. Pretty big wall all around. And there seems to be a staircase going in here, yeah. So you can actually get in through here as well. Pretty cool. Take a look at the interior of this building. Will be the first time I've seen this. This is a pretty open building. Right. Nice furniture. Got some windows and doors as per usual. There's also a couple of vault spots here, but doesn't seem like it's actually leading to anything. Not a whole lot going on, but certainly very good cover and the peeking opportunities compared to before. And also matches the aesthetic of the overall compound a lot better than it used to. Then we have the lower parts there. There used to be a massive tree in the middle here that they have now uprooted and carried away. Used to be, well, I guess they burnt it down by the looks of it. So that tree used to be an actual large tree. There's a beetle spawn on there by the looks of it now. We got normal 2 pods, one being the choke beetle guaranteed on the left, and then either stalker or fire beetle on the right. Then we have this whole other side here. There's a ladder leading up to this platform, I believe, or at least used to be. Yep, still is there. Ladder coming down from the lower parts here. You have the big watchtower overlooking parts of the compound and a lot of the swamp area as well. Could be very, very useful. And yeah, the rocks and rock structures here are just about the same. There's no big changes to that. And up to the back side of the prison here, you have a little crawl space here, which is good to know about. Get a nice angle on the tower, or you can also ambush someone if they're down here. Then, coming up to the main courtyard area, you have a metal staircase going all the way up. You also have... I think this is new, because I don't think you were able to walk on this wall before the same way. You do get a lot more angles here now than before. You can also overlook this door, and this used to have a actual door in it, but looks like they removed that entirely. This is also new. Yeah, so they blew a big hole in this wall here too. This used to be closed off. So definitely some pretty interesting changes here. This used to be a solid wall right here. And then this door used to be the way in, but there used to be an actual door on it too. Now it's just an opening. Staircase is different. Yeah, the staircase used to go like, I think like up like this, if I'm not mistaken. Now it goes up on this side instead. It's definitely a little bit different. There's metal cover. This whole brick area is also new. This whole structure here is new. That used to not be there. And you can also get on top of the wall here now, so you get some cool angles out here too. This is all new. There's that tower that I mentioned earlier, but this is very, very cool. And it looks like they added a easy access point from this side too, which is very, very neat too. Really, really like that. You can also vault here to get on this wall if you so choose. Could be decent sometimes for whatever reason. And then you have this whole walkway area on this side with the big hole in the wall, which we'll take a look at in a second here as well. Leading into the... Actually, let's just take a look at that now. So you can come in here from the side where we entered. You can now run straight into the main compound, which is now all open. Or you can get in the tower here through this door. We can also take a little look at that side real quick. Staircase leading up to the top floor. There's another similar staircase on that side. And then there's a round circular staircase leading into the tower from this side. This is also kind of neat because there's that tower again, and where we just were. You can get around here. This is opened up quite a bit, but you can also get around here with a little crawl space and everything else where we came in earlier. Circular staircase leading up to this big hole in the wall. You can jump on that if you want to get some cool angles. Could be very useful. You can also keep going up, but there's this little peak spot here too. Good angles on the new building, lower areas, tower even, and I mean way further. If you have a sniper rifle, you could potentially get some crazy plays on, you know, someone sitting up there, for example, or wherever. You can get all the way up here in the tower. It's a lamp here. Could be good to turn off. Sometimes a barrel, at least used to be. You can walk on these beams here if you want to get some cool Cool angles. And yeah, once again, just a bunch of opportunities here. Looks like you can get up here too. I think this is new. Used to not be able to go up on this side as much. Very, 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 very cool. I very much like this area. And then on the top floor here, you have a connecting, they call it a hallway. Connecting the whole main area. You can get some cool angles on, you know, down there, jump shots. You can also see people across there. There's a walking area over there, like a big connector there as well. There's this other staircase, and then there's a big platform where we came earlier. You can walk all the way over, and there's this entrance here. There's another entrance right over here, a little bit of cover in between. Got one entry point here as well, leading over to that area that we just took a look at. One staircase on this side, one staircase on that side, same as the other side here. But again, you can get angles all the way around, and yeah, you can also get some cool jumping shots there if you're very accurate. And there's also a connector here on the second floor, by the way. So it's both on the third and the second. You can get down, rotate, get up on that side or whatever. And if I'm not mistaken, that's the case in the other side too. This whole area is just, you know, concrete and brick, just all broken down. It just looks much the same as before. And like I said, here's the... Actually, no, there's there's a connector here too, but with sliding doors on the side. That's what I thought I remembered. So you can do the same exact thing here. Now we're almost done with this compound, but there is one thing that I would like to mention, which is one of my favorite things about this whole place, which is the fact that we have a really, really cool entrance right there. There's that window right there. You can actually vault and then just drop straight in there if you get it right. It's a little tricky though. Just hope that still works. See if we can make it work here. So you need to basically vault this this railing here, or you can also go here and do like a 180. Let's see if I can make it work here. And there you go. So you get a really, really cool entrance here. If someone is in there, they will probably not expect it. It's one of my favorite jumps in the entire game. And a little bit tricky to pull off, but once you get it, it's very, very fun. And looks like you can get up on the concrete here. I don't know if you're going to be able to jump on that. No, there's a hidden wall. I kind of hate when they do that, but there is a hidden wall here to prevent you from getting on there, for example. I really don't like that way of balancing, but it is what it is. But yeah, so this jump, like I said, you come up the staircase. You either vault this side or you vault this fence here and just do like a 180 immediately, and you can get a really, really cool entry to this building here that a lot of people would not be expecting. And I've gotten some pretty crazy triple kills that way before. So there's one final thing to take a look at for this compound before we move on to the next, and that is the final little building down here. So we have this building down here. It's a pretty long, I don't know if this is like a bunkhouse or whatever, but pretty long building. You got a couple of doors on that side, a bunch of windows, door on this side too. There's also this whole lower area here. You can even go like a little bit into this cave area. Should be blocked off though, but yeah. There's a blueprint spawn on the workbench. Some cool angles here, overlooking the swamp and everything. And yeah, that's about it. Not a whole lot going on, but does offer you decent protection. Just gonna see if there's any changes to this lower portion real quick. Yeah, this is still blocked off, but you can get some nice nice cover down here sometimes if you need to hide. It would be cooler if they did open it up and connect it to the main structure somehow though, but okay. And what is this? We have a new elevator. Good thing I went through and fully explored this. I don't think this used to be here. I'm pretty sure this is new. Brand new elevator leading up to the top. And here you have a new structure as well. This is also brand new. You have access to get some cool angles along the wall. This used to be just an open wall stretching from there to there. This whole thing is new, including the elevator and the structure, but it leads into the main. Again, some new cool areas. This is the brick structure that we were talking about earlier. Another door leading ahead here. Gives you just a bunch of cover as you come up this side here. So yeah, really, really cool change. definitely changes how the game's gonna play here. You're not immediately exposed from the top here, for example. And unless that changed, looks like this changed. This used to be an open window. Looks like they changed it. It was a very, very disgusting spot. I got a lot of disgusting kills that way. That probably shouldn't be possible, but essentially you'd run over here. And I think it used to be here, actually. You'd just peek through there and you'd have a clear shot on people who were coming in from this side, and they would just have no idea where you're from. Okay, so near this brick building from the start as well, I think we did forget to mention this this ladder here. It's also new. You can walk around on the rocky formation. There's 2 ladders by the looks of it, and a new little walkway here too. There's another additional ladder going down from here. This used to be just like a walkway up there and some rocks, but now there's a bunch of ladders to make access a bit more open. And you can still go through here as before, but you can now additionally go this way. And you can get over here. This is really cool that we checked out this side, because you can also run straight up here, looks like. Because it looks like you can vault over and get cool angles from this side, but not from the other way around. So if anyone's pushing up here, or defending from in there, you got angles on them and cover, but they cannot in the same way get over this way. So it's like a one-way path that favors attackers over defenders. And that's about it, I think. Next up, we have Fort Bolden, which is a large fort compound located in the southwest corner of the map. This is a pretty cool compound, if you ask me. Coming in here now from the northwest side, you have a opening in the wall here on this side. Pretty big sign here, says Fort Bolden. There's a bunch of openings all around the fort walls in this compound. There's a underground entrance here, leading into a basement section, but you can also come in through the little hillside here as well. Up until this, into this building here. So, on this building, you have a elevator that goes down into the same basement. I'll show you that in a second. You also have some windows overlooking the compound. Let's actually get rid of these dogs here first, so they don't interrupt. But you do have a window here overlooking the main compound. You can get some pretty good angles here on all the entrances. And you can also overlook the wall. You also have a very, very good overview over the whole lower part here, the bridge, and some of the forest area. What is kind of unique about this compound is that there is a wall that stretches all the way around the entire compound, and you can actually move over the entire wall area across or around the entire compound. So that's pretty nice. There's a workbench here in this same structure. You can spawn gunholes and blueprints and whatnot, as per usual. Doors and windows as per usual here as well. Let's check out the basement real quick before we move on. Coming into the underground section here, you have actually not only 1 but 2 elevators. So this is the one that I mentioned earlier from the top here. This one takes you up into the compound we just checked out, or into the building we just checked out. But there's also another elevator at the very end here that takes you into the main structure of the compound as well. It does seem like they opened this up a little bit, from what I can tell. I mean, the lighting also might be giving us the impression that the area is a little bit bigger than before, but I'm pretty sure this is a little bit wider than it used to be. At the very end here, you have a elevator, like I mentioned, that goes all the way up into the main compound to the first floor. And we are going to check that out, but let's focus on the outskirts first. And we'll take a look at the compound itself after. So, where we left off, basically just following the wall here, there's a whole bunch of these little tower structures surrounding the entire wall area that provides you a little bit of cover, and also windows leading out to the outskirts everywhere. You can get angles basically around the entire fort wall on both inside and the outside. And we come up here to a bunch of different buildings as well. This one has a roof that provides cover towards the main structure and the other walls, but it also allows you to climb down into the building itself. Deal with a little bit of AI here real quick. Again, bunch of doors and windows leading into the lower part of the compound. And the courtyard, if you will. There's also a pretty cool entrance here through this toilet that leads through the wall. A little hidden entrance. What is kind of cool about this one, actually, is that you can land on top of it. If you get up here, you can actually go around and you can drop onto the ledge here. which would give you some pretty cool angles if someone is trying to go through here. Also, if someone's sitting up on this rock. But not only that, if someone's passing through, it would give you a perfect ambush on whoever comes through here as well. So, something to keep note of. It is actually a very, very cheeky little spot. Moving on, we have another main entry to the outside here. But what is more important is we have a brand new building here that was added with this update. This whole red building is new. Bunch of windows facing the courtyard. You also have access, as always, on top there from the wall. And you can get through here by vaulting these windows through all the different compounds that are connected like that. So kind of neat and offers definitely a lot of extra cover compared to what we had before. You can also climb up this ladder here to get up to the wall again. As with every structure here, essentially. Has the ability to take you to the next floor. Then there's another building over here connecting the first floor to the wall again. But also we have a a workbench in here that can get you some gun hole assembler prints. Good to know about, especially if you're prestiging. This window here is kind of significant because it allows you to quickly get out and rotate on whoever might be pushing around here, but you can also go in from this side. So it opens up some quick rotations possibilities as well. And you can also get on the roof here to get some cool angles. There's a tower out there that you might need to keep an eye on. On this entire part of the southeast part of the fort wall, there's not really too much going on. There's entry points through the wall as per usual. You can drop down, you know, get some angles. And you do have a little bit of cover here, but there's not really a whole lot going on. Another entry here. You can get some angles from this hill into the compound as well. There's another entry right here as well. So the whole compound is pretty open, I would say, in general. Bunch of windows everywhere, bunch of angles everywhere, both from the inside and the outside. Then we come up to another one of these compounds, this bunkhouse here, where you can drop down. There's, again, you can just vault through to go through all the different buildings quickly. Climb up the ladder, bunch of entry points, and yeah, pretty neat building. If you're trying to close the distance and recover as you're trying to get closer to the main building. With all these new buildings now, you can actually, you know, basically go from this, vault out, go in there, go to this building, and then cross over. You don't really have to run in the open very much. And finally, we have this building here as well, which features a large staircase going up. A few little windows here overlooking the forest area. And on the lower part, again, you can just vault through the windows from one building to another. There's a door there. There's another door on this side. But you also have a crawl space here from the outside of the wall, which features cover on both sides. I'm pretty sure this cover has been tightened up a little bit. It used to be a little less protection here, as far as I remember. But it seems to be offering you a decent amount of protection now going in and out of this. And you also have holes in these walls here that allows you to take shots along the wall sides. So that's pretty cool. Yet again, another big entry point here. Here's where we came over in the start from the bridge. And let's take a look at the main compound itself. So you have a staircase here leading up to the platform, which goes all the way around, stretches all the way around on the side of the building. You can get some cool angles through here sometimes as well, or at least you used to, I think. May not be as good anymore, though. It seems like you might be able to get some cool shots through here, but we'll see. Staircase here, same as before. You can vault out from that window, but not in it. Then you have this sliding door here as well. Big staircase leading up to the second floor. Coming up here, you can get some cool angles on this other staircase. So we have one staircase on this side, one on the opposite side, and then one on the main. This here is new, I'm pretty sure. You can just vault up on this little platform here, and then you get some cool angles on this main staircase that we can see if you go in the front here, as well as some of the upper parts of the building. And then you can, as always, go around here. You can open these windows, vault in. This door can be opened as well. And here's another staircase leading up as well. You can also jump to the roof here if you want to get some quick rotations or whatever. So there are a lot of options. We got a metal sliding door here on the front side. Not going to be as quick for pushing, but it is an option after all. Here's that second staircase that I was mentioning. So you have this staircase. You have the central staircase here that goes around and up here. And then you have the final staircase over here. Also going up the other side of the building. Another doorway here. And on the second floor, you can get on this balcony here. That goes all the way around the other side of the building. Another crawl space leading into the main structure. And you can also get all the way around to the opposite side here. Let me jump in all these windows. This little space is new, I'm pretty sure. You can drop out there to exit the building quickly. Or just take some peek shots, you know. This is definitely... I don't recall this being in the game, at least. In the previous version of the map. So that's pretty cool. But what's even more cool is the fact that they have finally opened up a little bit of this tower here. It's something that I've been personally wanting for a very long time. So now they have actually opened up and added a ladder on this side. You can climb all the way up here. And you can get into the tower to get some angles on the wall here. You can get some angles on the wall on this side. And yeah, that's pretty neat. I kind of would love to see an option to go all the way up to the top of the tower, but it seems like we're not getting that for now. I mean, there are some obvious problems with adding a huge sniper tower, but something that I personally would love to see. Then you can actually vault to get out of this window, but you can also jump into the window itself, like this. A little tricky to do. And what I figured out is you can actually jump from here into this window, which is a pretty unique thing that I wasn't sure if that was supposed to be possible, but it's pretty cool. Not too easy to pull off though, as you have to jump perfectly at the right time. We'll keep trying a couple more times. And there we go. All right, so it's possible. You probably need to be just a little bit closer to this ledge, I think, to make this work. But you can definitely do this. So with a little bit of practice, I can see this being very useful. Also, on the top floor here, I think this cannonball rack is new. It looks like you can throw things through there, though, to, you know, for example, chuck a dynamite to the other side. Aside from that, everything else here looks to be very much the same as before. Might be able to, like, get on here or something. I don't know. I don't know if you're supposed to be able to... or if you might be able to vault. There you go. You can actually vault onto these beds. And then you can possibly... Let's see if we can jump onto that other bed there. This might be a hidden wall here. Invisible wall. By the looks of it, it seems like this might not be possible. Because I was hoping that you might be able to get some pretty... No, you can. You can. So you can get some pretty cool angles above here. That is actually very, very neat. A little bit tricky to get on here, but if you can do it, you can get angles on the door there. You can get angles on this side. Anyone coming up from the staircase. And even get a cheeky little angle on someone pushing through on any of these sides here, or even through this crouch space. On the other space here, or other side here, you can actually crouch, you can actually climb up. And that takes you all the way up in this tower, overlooking a large portion of the fort and the outer areas as well. You can, from here, either jump around this way and get to this crawl space, or you can go the other way to get a cheeky little rotation that way as well. So there are some options here. If you jump this way, that takes you to this other side, so you can quickly rotate as well. So as you can see, this compound offers a tremendous amount of options in terms of rotations and possible angles. It's a pretty cool compound, I think. And if you haven't played here before, you're probably gonna learn to love this compound rather quickly, I'd say. So yeah, that's Fort Bolden for you. I don't think there's anything that I forgot. Basically, what I was mentioning about the towers, I was hoping that they would allow us to get like all the way up here on the top with the cannons. That would be really, really cool, I think. But for now, we'll take being able to get up here. It's a good start. All right, let's move on to next. Coming up next, we have Daryn Shipyard, located in the southern part of the map in the middle. We're gonna start here with the outskirts of the map once again, and then, or of the compound, and we're gonna go through the whole thing. So you have a staircase here on the back that allows you to get on the structure, overlooking the, well, I guess this entire side of the compound. This is a shipbuilding area. So we have this ship here you can get into as well. It's pretty cool. Structures. A unique compound. You have a workbench here and a door that you can open from the inside. I guess that varies though. Sometimes locked, sometimes don't. Not, I guess. You can vault in this way. I think you can possibly vault both ways. No, you cannot. Never mind. But like I remember that would be impossible. You can definitely vault out of it at least. And then you have a few different peak spots here. A little bit of hard cover from the main compound. And like I mentioned, you can get into the ship here for some cover as well. Wooden cover though, mind you, so we're not going to protect that much, but it does offer you some different angles, and you can also run up here to get on top. I do feel like they maybe cleaned this up a little bit. Looks like they might have opened up some new windows on top here too, not entirely sure on that though. So coming up to the main compound here, you have a bit of cover just standing about, but there really isn't that much going on outside of the main compound, I would say, for this, or outside of the main structure for this compound. Few windows as always where you can vault in, and again, this is like a ship construction area, so yeah, you're moving through this this whole ongoing project, I guess. And then we have a bunch of log piles and stuff for cover in here. You can get on these planks to get some angles above. You can actually... This is changed up a little bit, I think. Used to be able to peek this, but I don't think you used to be like easily able to vault over here. Pretty sure they cleaned this up a little bit for easier access. Just a bunch of entry points all the way around here. We have like this ramp area going on. Or balcony, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, you can also walk up into this front of the ship or whatever it is you want to call it, and get some angles all the way into the swamps. And yeah, just a bunch of angles there into the entry point to this part of the compound. What is new now with this update is that they added a ramp here. This used to be just a straight drop. There's now a ramp going up this side, and you can drop down onto these rocks here. You can also climb this new ladder to get up quickly, and it also stretches all the way around here. So this actually gives you a way better option to quickly push in and flank on this building, because before we used to have this ramp here and then just nothing here all the way around. So this is a really good way. Now you can enter through both of these windows, I assume, which was not possible before. You can go around this way, come straight into the compound. You can drop down here if you need to, and it's just really great. Not really too much going on the inside here. There is an elevator though that you should know about, leading into the basement under the ship itself. And you can also exit on the back here. So this is like right under where we just were. Pretty cool area. And there's a hole in the wall here leading up to that other ramp that I just pointed out, where you can come up as well. Sliding door here leading into the main. Another metal sliding door here as well, leading to a small back area. And you can use these windows to enter or exit as you please. There's some boxes here you can jump on. All of this is pretty open to access. And I wonder if... almost looked like you're supposed to be able to get up here, but I guess not. That would have been pretty cool though. So yeah, that's basically the main compound. There's not a whole lot to cover here. You do have some pretty interesting angles around in the mountain areas back here. On top of this rock you can get... I think you can probably get on here as well. This might have been changed up a little bit. I don't really recall if this was very accessible before, but now it certainly is. It looks to me like they have basically just made this all much more accessible than before. I don't know if you're supposed to be able to get on here though. Let's see. There's an invisible wall here if you can get on there. No, you can get on there too. So this is definitely more accessible than it used to be. That is very cool. You can easily get on all the different rocks here now. It's going to be so many different angles you can get here. And we're going to have to look, be very careful going forward, because people will be sitting on these rocks sniping for sure. So yeah, just a bunch of boats and other stuff laying around here for cover. You can get on this rock, like I said. We have a couple of structures on the back. And that's about it. So this structure is also connected to the rock there on the back. Meaning you can run straight up from the backside. Nothing too special going on with this building though. There is a ladder on this side, however. And like I said, you can just run straight up from the backside here. To get some elevation immediately. This does protect you from people down in this section of the compound, but you're still very much exposed from this side. And now with the changes where you can run straight up there, this is going to be a bit more risky than before. Then we have a couple of smaller structures on this side. Just normal houses, not a whole bunch of interesting stuff going on. Some cool angles you can get through these fences though, and as I mentioned before, you can shoot bolts and arrows through these as well, in case you're wondering. So that does not stop you if you're a primitive enjoyer like myself. You can vault out these windows, you can vault back in, and the same goes for this side. And there's a little fallen over boat serving as a ramp to get you into the compound as well. I do feel like there's used to be like an angle possibly under this entire building. Let's see. Not the best time for this to catch fire, but I do feel like I remember there being a kind of interesting angle under here. Yeah, so you should be able to get an angle under there. If someone is pushing up, you could potentially get them. And if you're down on that little ramp there as well, you should be able to look the other way too, through here. Finally, we have this little building here. It's probably gonna give you a bit better angles towards the main compound, at least. You do have some angles on these windows across there. But not only that, if you're able to score a kill now, you should be able to quickly just jump out here and immediately push in, which you weren't able to do before, due to this being the main entrance. So yeah, that's pretty cool. There's also a little slit in the wall here now that I don't think used to be there, so that gives you a little bit of angles towards the side here too. Pretty neat, if you ask me. And that's about it, I think, for Daryn Shipyard. I don't think there's anything else that I haven't mentioned, so without further ado, we're gonna move on to the next one. But some pretty cool changes overall to this, especially with the ramp on the outside and the new access points and everything. Next up, we have Reeves Quarry at the southeastern part of the map. Let's take a look and see if we notice any changes. I'm gonna take you through the map, or through the compound, so you can see what's going on. Some of you might have seen it before, some might, and there could be changes that we don't know about yet. I haven't actually taken a look at this compound at all yet, so this is going to be my first look at this particular one. I have been seeing a lot of the map already, but this is one of the few that I haven't actually been able to explore yet. So, on the southeastern side of the compound, we have a little building here, which is fairly open. There's not really too much to say about it. You got entry and exit points all around. As per usual, I think you're supposed to be able to get on the roof as well. You can probably go from this side. You can get on these rocks there. You can vault up and you can get some cool roof access to overlook parts of the compound. There's a ladder here leading up to a little second floor balcony area, whatever you call that. So this would give you some good protection if you're fighting someone up there. Whatever this is, I think is new. I don't recall that structure at all. It's a tree, looks like, actually. Some sort of power line? I don't know what it is. I really don't know what this is supposed to be, but I don't recall seeing that before. In any case. We do have this same little structure here as well as before. The lighting is very different from what I remember. Staircase going down this way. There's a whole like lower part here between the rocks and mountains with a bunch of cover. Not really a whole lot to say about it aside from that. This structure has been here from before. Get in here, have a little bit of cover towards the main compound. Maybe even get a couple of cheeky shots off. Someone's down here or in the windows, whatever. And that's about it. Then we go down and rotate around the building. You have a big sliding door leading into the basement here. And you have a little underground area as well on this side. I wonder if they made any like easier access to the top here. Not really. Might be able to somehow just jump or vault up here, I guess. Probably. Maybe not. I'm sure there's a way, but if you don't want to use that side, you can just run up here. There's a little ramp going up to the top here, where you have a outer part to the main structure. It's like a machinery area. You can drop down to that little walkway that we just came from. There's also a workbench right here. And then we have finally a bigger structure on the back, which I think they might have changed a little bit. Not entirely sure. You can get angles into the building from here. There's a staircase leading to that same underground that we just came from. I can show you that real quick as well. Come up here. There's a staircase leading into that. Used to be a cash register spawn right here. Might be there still. We don't know yet, I guess. But I'm assuming it's still there. So you can get that, yeah, same angles in and out here. Angles into the whole compound if anyone's up on the top here or up on this elevated area. And just like basically free passage through the structure. This is new. There's a fallen over tree. Definitely haven't seen that before. So you can get up on this here now and you can just run straight over to the roof area. And it feels like they have reworked this whole roof a bit, because I'm pretty sure this used to be way less accessible. Yeah, so this opening in the roof is not has not been there before. You can actually crawl under here, get some really cool angles on this door if anyone's pushing in this side. You actually have access to the roof from this side, and also really good angles on especially this upper part where people will often be fighting from. You can vault out, you can move around freely on the entire thing. You can even sit on the roof here and get angles on the entryways now. So this is pretty major change. And this would also allow you to freely escape into the forest. If someone's pushing you, you can get out here and just, you know, quickly just get over here and run away into the trees. So it's good for both defending and pushing, I would say. Pretty major change. Gives you a lot of elevation. Will really make a big difference, I think, in playing this compound going forward. And you can jump onto this here, but it doesn't seem to lead to anything like getting on this roof or anything. So, next up, before we get into the compound itself, we have this platform. There's a big stack of large stone slabs there now that allows you to get up. I don't think they used to look that way before. Bunch of hardcover here towards these upper two windows especially. You have a door here as well. And yeah, pretty good elevated position, but also a little bit exposed. Bunch of hardcover all around this compound in the middle as well. I feel like they did add more cover in general around here. So you will have more stuff to hide behind when you're fighting. Then you have a sliding door up here as well. Staircase leading down to the basement, where we can also access from a couple of other points that I've already showed from the outside. But let's connect the dots here. So you have this little walkway where we passed through earlier. Where we came in, you can get in this way. And there's also another sliding door on the other side here, where we came in initially too. So you can basically enter the basement from a bunch of different places. There's a staircase on each side as per usual. You have some cool window angles surrounding the whole place. And should be a workbench right here. There we go. Workbench. Metal sliding door from where we came in. There's also a little drop spot here. If you want to drop down to the first floor, so anyone's pushing there, you can get a quick peek on them. Catch them off guard a bit. You should be able to vault out here onto this. And then you can actually vault over here as well and switch to this window. So this would be a good place to push in to the compound. If someone is sitting in here, you could get a pretty like unusual pushing angle by getting in this window here. Or just, you know, get a quick kill or whatever. You can climb up this ladder here and you'll get all the way up top for some cool angles to this surrounding area. Up on this rock formations, buildings in the back, this roof. Pretty good overall. And also now we have this hanging slab here. Will actually give you a lot of cover from this other side. I think that might be new. Give you a little bit of cover so you can peek the sides without being too exposed from down the line. And a lot of hard cover up here as well. So you're gonna be covered from the inside for the most part. You can get on here, you can vault over. It's pretty cool, it goes both ways as well if you want to get some cool rotations. Feels like they did change the interior just a tiny bit with these rock slabs are basically new, I think, to the compound in general. I don't think we used to have those at all, but they're all over the place now for for some hard cover, so you have plenty of cover in here. You can also see into the basement from these graded floors. So you do have the option to fight from up here, both with primitive weapons and otherwise. Full angles on the staircase. Full angles upstairs. Someone's running around up there. Just overall pretty neat compound. And I think that's it. I think that's basically everything for this one. So we're gonna move on to the next one. Next up, we have First Testimonial Church, located roughly in the center of the map. It's a pretty cool compound. We're gonna start here on the south side. We have this whole graveyard area, walls surrounding the whole place, mostly short or low walls though. You can get on top of most of it, vault around and move relatively freely. You have this main church structure in the middle. Looks like we got boss here too. And then you have this whole, I don't know what to call it. It was like catacombs area over here. It's a little tiny wooden structure here. Doesn't really do much, but it gives you some cool angles on the windows of the building. And into the lower part here as well. Big open gates leading into the forest area. And pretty open air straight up to the church as well. Then this whole area is basically like walled in with the roofs and everything. There's these little staircases leading up to the next level. Kind of cool and vertical area. You have a bunch of these gates going out to the forest, so you can kind of rotate and get into the next spot. Another one going up here. You should see we get up to this little ledge area, or main floor. Another little white building here. This one offers a window into the main compound as well. As we continue, you can basically move on either level. You can move on the upper level or the lower level. Another big open area. This is kind of cool. We got a big platform here with this circular statue thing. So you can get on there. You can get angles all the way around. Big access point to the main here with some fences. And let's see if they actually changed this part, because this is kind of cool. You used to be able to vault on here, and you could just follow the fence line. We'll see if that is actually still possible. Maybe not the most useful, but it used to be pretty cool. Looks like you still can. So you can actually like get around this pretty quickly if you need to. And you can just do the same thing if you're coming from the outside here. You can jump onto the fence here and just kind of get in there quickly and just rotate real fast. There's also a little hiding spot underneath there, directly under the statue. So if you come down here, you can go in here. There's sometimes ammo box spawns, medkits, whatever have you. So good to know about. Or if you need to retreat and heal a little bit, it's a cool spot as well. Then we continue around the church. There's this metal door here that you have to open manually, or this gate, I guess. Bunch of crypts or graves or whatever this is. And yeah, the lighting is much brighter than it used to be. It's very easy to see what's going on now. Got another gate leading out to the woods there. And as before, we also have this fallen over crypt here or whatever, where you can vault over to the outside as well if you need to quickly escape. Big open area down here. There's this barn here. Not gonna spend too much time on that, I think, but there we have the fountain area, the gazebo, and then as we pass through the hedge here, there's a second main structure, if you will. Workbench in here. Bunch of entry points on either side. You can basically enter or leave wherever you feel like. Get some cool angles. You can also climb up this ladder to get on top. And that will give you some really nice angles, especially on the tower that has 2 levels here, up top there in the middle. It also gives you access to get over the top here. There's a bunch of walkways, these planks leading over, or bridges leading over to the main building where you can jump in the window. Or you can just kind of keep passing over all these different crypts. I'm just going to call them crypts for simplicity, which I guess is probably what they are. So we have a walkway up here, ladder, and this one. You can also jump in this window here if you want. And then we enter the top floor of the building. You have some cool angles out here. You can get on this balcony, either from the inside or from climbing this ladder. You can also climb this ladder to the second floor for even better angles. All the way in the open there, outskirts, down into the compound, even down to this barn area, whatever you want to call it. And then the top floor also features a balcony overlooking the lower portion here. Window can be peeked, so good to know about too. You can peek all the way in here. And you can get in this tower area, which allows you to climb down to the first floor, or you can climb all the way up into the top portion of the other tower. So this building has 2 towers. And this gives you some really, really good and elevated positions, but obviously puts you at a risk as well. So, yeah, pretty cool. There's a bell you can ring if you really feel like it. And let's take a look at the lower portion. Climbing down here. You have the main door leading into the building. Big staircase going up here. Actually, one thing to keep note of is that there is a pretty disgusting peak spot here too. From this part, you can actually, not only can you overlook from this window here, but you can actually crouch through here too. And have an angle on this first floor and the staircase. And, you know, drop down on someone if they're pushing or whatever. Altar area. Another doorway leading out to the open here. Pretty big open. You can, you know, like I said, people can peek from up here. Used to be able to like jump on all this stuff here and maybe get in the corner or whatnot too. So keep in mind, people might be sitting in all sorts of weird places if that's not fixed. This here seems to be new, I think, where you can just run straight over. I don't recall if this is new, but I think this is new. So you can just jump straight over and out from that side. And yeah, staircase. And then finally this window here. And yeah, that's about it, I think, for First Testimonial Church. I think the colors of the entire compound has changed. It looks like they changed the entire color palette of the church itself. I don't remember this being a black church. Pretty sure this used to be like wooden, like white wooden planks, same as the other churches that we've seen. So this makes it stand out a little bit from the like the Healing Waters Church, for example. So that's pretty cool. But that's about it. Coming up next, we have Lower DeSalle. This is a pretty unique compound, I would say. Probably the most Western-looking compound in all of Hunt Showdown. You have essentially this whole town, I guess, with a with like a big what do you call that? This big tavern, saloon is the word, I guess. Saloon, big saloon in the middle. There are so many buildings in this compound that I don't think that I'm going to go through all of it. But we're going to take a brief look at it and see if we can notice any big differences. We'll just start with this line, I guess. We'll start on this side here. So you have essentially a bunch of balconies leading all the way around, windows into all these buildings. Most of the buildings are accessible. There's a tower here that you can climb. I don't really recall if that used to be a thing, but it might have been. Also makes me wonder if you could jump from this onto the roof here. But it looks like no, that would be too far. Train track on the back here with some train cars on it. This one can be accessible. You can get into this or top of the hill here. You also have this whole station area. Then you have some of these buildings being accessible. This one is not, but the next one is. There's a ramp leading up here. You can also get in the front door on the bottom. There's a stairs going up to the top, leading out to the ramp here. And then you have some windows overlooking. Most of these have windows overlooking, or not all of them have windows overlooking the main area. They're all fairly connected. And you also have this little walkway through between the buildings here. This whole area is not accessible. Not a ramp leading into this building though. Again, fairly simple, not much going on here. Just gonna go straight through. Come out on the back here. where you can actually get on top of this building, and you have some decent cover towards the saloon itself. There's a whole different line of buildings actually on both sides here. Yeah, and just a bunch of angles here leading to that side. Not so much towards the back, though. Yeah, we have the station area back here. Not really much to go on there or to mention, but you used to be able to get on top. Actually, that seems to be changed. This used to be an empty cart. You used to be able to drop in here and hide. Seems like that has changed. Here we got a train that you can probably get into. I think this might also be new. You can sit in here, get some cool angles, and have decent cover. A lot of people probably not expect you in here. And then you have the blacksmith area. Very simple building. Does have a workstation, sorry, workbench though. Printing gun all spawns and whatnot. Little tiny church in the back here. I did say I wasn't going to go through all the buildings, but I guess we might as well, because it's not going to take that long. Fairly simple stuff. Not a whole lot going on. Just simple building. A little bit of cover. Should you need it. I gotta deal with this shit real quick. Okay, that works. This little back room I think might be new. I don't recall this at all. Gives you pretty good protection if someone's pushing this door, that you can sit and hide in this corner. It's camper's heaven right here. Might be able to get on some of these here. Doesn't really look like it though. There's a little staircase leading up to the top here, taking you to the top floor. You can also vault up here by the looks of it. Some cool angles into the compound over to that side. Main structure. And the staircase leading down to the Walking Dead. It's not really too much detail that you need to know about regarding the specific buildings other than offering some cover. This one I think is fully blocked off, right? This one is accessible. There's another structure back there, which we'll get into, I guess, when we get over to Upper DeSalle soon. Can get up on these log piles here, but yeah, might give you some cool angles actually over to that window there. That's neat. Good to know. Don't know if that used to be a thing. Get into the structure. Entry points on all sides. Easy access to the different buildings. There's a ladder here going up to this window, which I'm not sure if used to be there. Might have been, but good to know about. And yeah, that's about it. Finally, we have one more structure here on the end, which is also blocked off, but does offer you some protection as you're passing through. We got a bunch of rock formations out here. I think you're able to get on them. Probably. Maybe not. This one probably not, at least, but this one here you might be able to get all the way on top of. Let's find out. Seems like it's blocked by invisible walls, so you can get a little bit of elevation, but not too much. Yeah, just a bit of fence lines here going around the compound. Little final structure here that we haven't checked yet. Nothing seems to be changed. Entries and windows all around. And then that leaves this this building here before we enter the main structure. This one also does have a ladder going up to the roof, or you can walk around and come up on this side here with a normal staircase. You're then able to climb all the way on top of the roof, which gives you access to the main building, but also gives you cover from the other buildings across if you need to get some longer shots. You can even get on top here. Even more elevation. You could see pretty far all the way over to... This is probably why they put the block there, hanging in front of that window to protect you from these angles. But yeah. Angles into the main compound. A lot of people will be peeking that. You can run over here. You have this big balcony on the entire outside of the saloon, covering the whole thing. You can enter through all the windows and doors. Lots of angles covering everything here, basically. Staircase to the first floor. One on each side. There's also a staircase here on that side leading up to this, plus a door going into the first floor as well. And finally, you can also... Oh, this is new. So this used to be basically these couple of windows here and then just straight up a wall here, but they've opened this up now, so that's really neat. You can get through here, and then you can also enter or leave through this side. But basically gives you... It means you're not going to be as pinned if you run in there. Usually, it used to be running in here, you know, someone starts peeking that and you get stuck in this corner, you can't move. But now you actually have the option to leave on this side as well, so that's very, very neat. Metal sliding door here. It does gonna... I mean, it is gonna slow you down a little bit still if you're trying to push this. A couple of little rooms here. There's this whole balcony area overlooking the lower parts. We have a staircase on each side going up there, but it is all pretty open. And then there's this door leading up to this side balcony here. Bunch of windows on the first floor, plus these swinging doors that you can just run through. Pretty cool for a saloon. It's the theme, I guess. Window there too. Once you come up here, you can then have peeking angles all around to this roof. You can have angles towards the balcony and across the street. Bunch of angles far over, even towards the upper DeSalle, which we'll take a look at in a second here. And this is new as well. This little spot here is definitely new, overlooking this outer area. Did not used to be an opening here, and this little ramp has been added as well to give you extra angles. So that is very cool. Covers the whole side here with the gate and the entry point here, but also the main street and the balcony if someone's pushing up here. If you jump even higher here, you can get a really good shot on this walkway up here. That's really cool. And like I said, you can overlook the whole lower parts, which is obviously also vaultable if you want to drop quickly. Don't really take much fall damage from that, so it's a really good way to rotate fast. A little bit of cover in the middle, and that's it. And then you just follow the main street to get to the final compound, which we haven't covered yet, which is Upper DeSalle. And I think we have covered everything that there is to say about Lower DeSalle now. Hopefully I caught all the changes. And finally, we have Upper DeSalle as the final compound that we have not covered yet. Coming over the bridge here from Lower DeSalle, we have one bridge actually going on each side from this compound, or between the two. Bunch of smaller structures, same as Lower DeSalle. This one isn't quite as extensive as you can see here. There's not as many buildings, but it's still a pretty big compound with a lot of structures. So we have all these tiny, fairly basic structures for cover and concealment coming in here. Once again, kind of a Western-looking compound. Got a general store here. We got this big main compound, and we got buildings. Basically, they're just surrounding the whole thing. Start with the general store. You can walk through here. There's a ladder which takes you to the top roof here if you want to get some cool angles. There's also a little fence here to give you some protection. Of course, whoever might be on this balcony or in the windows, or you know, down here as well. You never know. You can get in from this window to the second floor, which also overlooks the whole main courtyard and all the different buildings. And has a staircase in here to take you up or down. Little window covering the main areas. Then we have this structure here, which is not possible to enter. But you can go around it for some cover. Bigger building coming up on this side. With some exits towards the forest area. You have a little staircase area in between the buildings to give you some nice spots whilst maintaining some cover. You can also go to the front of the buildings here on the balconies. You can drop into this building from the top floor or through the doorway here. Angles on every side, and another staircase as per usual leading to the first floor. And just a big, fairly open area down here. Two doors here, double doors leading to the open area. There's a big concrete statue in the middle that gives you plenty of hard cover from the main compound especially. There's a big primary entrance on the front here. I don't know how many of these windows you can peek in the current version of the game, but this one's definitely open. So is that one. I think the other ones are basically closed, as they used to be. Take a look at the rest of the surrounding buildings before we get in there. Another workbench, some cool angles, a little bit of protection whenever you need it. You can also get on top here. I get a little bit of elevation and maintain some cover behind this here. And this fence. You can also peek into the building from the top roof here. Tower in the back overlooking the compound. There's an entry on the bottom, but also a staircase leading up to the balcony here. Once again, you can jump in the window from there. You can also get some cool angles a little bit further out if you need some elevation. Different angles overlooking the entire compound. People will be peeking that window a lot. So yeah, just as per usual, I guess. Not too much going on here aside from some new angles. And then we come over to the blacksmith area. It's a little building on the back here, which is inaccessible too. Not really too much going on here. Just a bit of cover. This building is a little bit more interesting though. Can get in here. A couple of different doors. Actually, 3 different doors here. 4 doors. Yeah, a bunch of entry points to this building. Staircase to the top. Some nice angles on the, especially that window. And also, very importantly, this angle out here is very significant where you can sit behind cover and protect from this as well. So, and like I said, you can climb up this ladder to get up here too. So this is kind of neat. And then, finally, we have this big open area. Courtyard, if you will. Can be accessed from every side. You have this little corner structure here with a broken wall that you can run in from the lower to south side. You have a bunch of angles. You have a bunch of cover. You can go around the wall. You can come in from either whatever side you prefer. This hole in the top here is new, I think, and it's probably to give you an angle on that. There you go. So that here seems to be a new angle on that window specifically. I don't recall this being a thing before. So we're going to check out the main structure next. You have the option to run over here. You can actually vault in here and then into this window. There's a basement, there's a main floor, there's a top floor. There's also a ladder here going up to this balcony, which then gives you another couple of options to get into either side of the building. Staircase to the main floor. Another staircase to the back side. There's like one staircase on each side and one in the middle, essentially. So here's one as well. But you do get some different options here. Then you can also go down from either side. It's also vaultable, but you can come down from either side here to this metal sliding door to the basement of the building. A little bit slower, considering you have to open this door, but there's a big bank vault here, which is kind of cool. Can't open that, sadly, but neat area. Circular staircases going down on both sides. Pretty cool place, if you ask me. You also enter, like, a different side of the building based on which one you take, so there's a big wall in between separating the two. Little side room here that leads to this window that you can vault in under the typical peeking spot. People can also vault on that if you're pushing in here, so watch your back. Often traps and stuff around here. Staircase going to the top floor. Staircase to the top floor. And then you come up from the basement from the other side here. So here's also where you can vault in, by the way. You're vaulting in from the outside. I wonder if you can even vault out this way now. Doesn't look like it. But you can vault in from the outside where we came up to drop in here immediately. You have another entrance on the side here with a normal door instead of a window. So yeah, 3 entrances or 3 ways to the top here. Big double door. You can sit on these little ledges here too for some cool angles. You so choose. There's that window overlooking this compound. You can get some cool angles of people pushing in or in the buildings, but you can, yeah, just a really good overview from this top floor here. Overlooking the whole thing. Connecting the 2 sides. You over here, you quickly switch over to the other side. And then finally, once again, you can get on here. You have all these angles, but you can also get on this balcony here. No ladder going up to this one, but really decent cover with these metal plates. Got people, you know, pushing up on that, as we saw earlier. All the different top floors here, and essentially all around. You can also vault here if you need to. Get inside of the wall. Inside of the wall, whatever you need to. So, yeah, a bunch of options. really cool compound if you ask me. There's yeah, plays quite well, I'd say. And just a nice on-brand layout overall.